What's up, DJ fan? Welcome to another video on our channel. Welcome to another episode of Start to Spin. My name is Diego, also known as DJ Pretty Boy, alongside my boy Shay, also known as DJ Shay. And together we open this spot to talk about DJ related content such as product reviews, tips and tricks, just tell our stories and share it with you guys so we can share some knowledge. So if you're a new DJ or a seasoned DJ, this is the spot to be. And with that being said, let's roll this intro.
Yo.
Hey, what's up, fam? Welcome to another video. Welcome to another episode of Start to Spin. You already know DJ Pretty Boy and DJ Shay. And today, yes, sir, another week. Today we're going to talk about, like we said last week, we're going to talk about what was it? Trouble?
Yeah. So remember, who brought it up? Maybe it was Smiley or Chin. Maybe Chin brought it up. I don't know. Someone brought it up, but the idea is like when you travel for a DJ gig, how should you price yourself? You know, how should you charge a client that wants you to fly? Like for you brought the example, flying to California, doing an event. What's the right way to price for that? And we started going into it a little bit, but we thought we'd make a topic out of it for traveling for gigs. Have you done, well, not like something where you have to fly for? Have you done a gig where you, like a paid gig where you flew and you DJ'd someone's wedding or something?
Nope, I've never had to fly to an event, not yet. I got offered to do it, but I just told them that it was gonna be cheaper if they hire someone over there.
Yeah, and I 100%, like I had the same thing where I got asked to do it, but basically I tell them that, you know, one guy wanted a quote and then it was too much for him, but I tell them that, hey, like, because what happened now that I moved out of New York, that happens too. Someone from there reaches out to me because they think I'm still there.
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, yeah, I mean, I can DJ there, but you have to pay for travel. They're like, oh, no, never mind.
Yeah, exactly. So what I like, if you really put in consideration everything that goes with it, it's a lot of money. But yeah, so if they really want you there, they will go above and beyond for it. Mm-hmm. But you know, like if you see it as a business perspective, then yeah, it doesn't matter. Whatever you charge is fine. But if you see that, like if you see it in the other end, then you'll be like, oh damn, that's a lot. You know, that's a lot of money. It's easier to hire someone over there. So
yeah, 100%. But sometimes it's like, yeah, if the people, it's all about, you know, how much money they have. You know, if it's like, if they're also, let's say, right, if somebody it's someone from Virginia or something, and they're doing a destination wedding, they, you know, it depends sometimes. Sometimes it may cost more if they're doing it like in a really luxurious place. Like we want to get married in San Diego, California, you know, and take everybody there. They're probably paying more for the wedding as it is, you know, versus doing it somewhere in Virginia. So you never know, you know, clients, they this is our dream, you know, we want this experience. Or like Smiley has mentioned that for his wedding, he was thinking about flying a DJ out from California. So it's like, I don't know, maybe somebody really likes you that much and they want to pay just to have you, not some local DJ. And so, yeah, we can talk about like how to do it or how to price. And if anyone in the comments, if you guys have done it yourselves, let us know. You know, obviously there's no like 100, this is the only way to do it. You know, whatever way you want to do it that makes sense for you, you know, you can do it. But I've been given some rule of thumbs and just some general guidelines that you could follow if it's like you're like don't know where to start or how to price it or how to explain to clients.
Yeah, so as you know, I made a little PowerPoint with just like, you know, details, points, very generic as to the way I think, and then, you know, we can touch on each topic and see if we agree.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so we'll go from there. And again, you guys in the chat, let us know if you agree, does not agree. Obviously, you know, like pricing, it differs because we're in different points. Expertise, your area, and the cost of living around where you are, and like we know, like California, it's expensive. So is like the DMV, but I feel like California might be more expensive than here. It's possible. So
yeah, in general, I mean, it's like, New York, California are known to the coasts are known to be expensive. But it just depends,
Yeah.
whoever on whatever you're doing. And Chin Chillin's in the house. He says, Hey yo,
Hey, what's
I'm
up,
back."
Chin?
Maybe was it Chin that brought it up? I don't know, but Chin was there last week. Chin's been there every week
Yeah,
recently. So shout out Chin.
he's one of the OGs, bro. All
Yeah, he's one of the
right.
consistent ones.
So why? So first of all, let's talk about why you travel. Travel weddings are a game changer for us. As a DJ, in a DJ perspective or in a business perspective, why traveling it's good for you. It's positive. One of the biggest reason is because reputation and referrals. Because if you do a really good job on that event and you start hitting those high end events, obviously they're gonna want you. They're gonna want you. They're gonna require you to be there more often for other events. So it's like like you put yourself out there,
Hmm.
and who knows? You do one wedding, and then you start getting gigs for that wedding, charging the same amount or even more. So that's a good way to be recognized in other states. Um, if a couple, like we were just saying, if a couple loves you, they'll pay to bring you, even if it's like you and your equipment or just you and then rent the equipment at the venue, wherever they're getting married at.
Hmm.
And then the advantages of that is you stand out as a premium service, and that is worth to pay for you as a like, it's worth the trip. If people like, yo, where's he from, or like where he come, oh yeah, he comes from Virginia and we're in California or something, they'd be like, wow, is he that good? And then you prove yourself that you're good and you're worth that,
Hmm.
like then you get that opportunity. Another thing is to you expand your brand into new markets, like I just mentioned, and like obviously the networking with destinations planners and photographers. You get to network with different people in different areas, different area codes. So kind of like ludicrous, you know.
You got you got planners in different area codes.
Yep. So that's why I think give yourself, if you get that chance to travel, give yourself that chance to do it at least once, for the experience. I
Yeah, it's true. It is like a brand new market, and like, even if you imagine all the content you could get from it and stuff, it's definitely a big opportunity to be able to travel. And the thing is yeah, I mean, if depending on how they did, if it's destination wedding, or that clientele is not the local clientele. So like for you, especially for you, because you've been in Virginia for so long, it's like, okay, maybe you have a name for yourself in the community, in Virginia, and
Yeah.
it's like, okay, everybody kind of knows you. But if you travel, that's a whole new community that could then be like, okay, well, like this guy, this
Yes.
guy, pretty boy from Virginia. And especially, let's say it's someone like a Hispanic client, if they have other friends there, they're like, oh, we want him too. Let's call him, and you get more opportunities that way.
So again, you get to expand your brand. You expand your network with other people, other clients from other states, and you never know if the planners or the photographers really like you. Let's say they really like me over there in California. They some majority of this weddings are happening in California, like very high end.
Yeah,
Maybe the photographer is like, hey, I know this DJ. He's in Virginia though, but he's really good, and I guarantee you it's gonna be cool if you get him. And
yeah,
they go for it. They hit me up like, hey, we'll pay whatever. Boom, 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 and then it happened. So you never know. You never know. But again, give yourself a chance. Personally, again, the reason why I say I told the person it's better to get somebody on over there because I know they were on a budget. But
oh
if
yeah,
it's someone that has the money is willing to, I'll go. Like
yeah.
literally, I'll say yes. But I knew that that the person was on a budget, so I was like, it's gonna be better if you just hire someone local than having bring me here because they they used to be here in Virginia and they knew me, so they wanted me to go to California and DJ for them.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
no, especially this thing, if they're on a budget, it's kind of it's hard, unless unless you're just like doing it as a favor kind of a thing, Otherwise, then it's kind of hard to justify all the time, all the traveling is stressful too, right? It's
Of
stressful to
course.
travel.
Yeah.
Um,
It takes a
and
toll on you.
yeah, it
Um,
takes a toll, and you spend extra time organizing all that travel, hotel, this, that, and you're not home all those times. You have to go before the event and stay a little bit after the event because your flight's not going to be just immediate. So
right.
you kind of have to build all that stuff in to make it worth it. But let's see, Chinchillin here said, "Oh, that it depends what area, location, or what type event it is. For me, I travel to South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, Arkansas, Texas, and Kentucky for my events." Wow, man! I think
Ah, yeah,
Chinchillin's in Tennessee. So did you drive to all of those places?
yeah.
I
Do
think
you drive or do you like?
driving, I guess we should make it another subdivision, because yeah, sometimes you travel, like let's say for you travel driving. If you can take all your equipment and stuff, that's a little bit different than
Different.
having to fly and then do production there, and stuff like that. So I've definitely done events where I've had to drive like 4 hours and then I stay there overnight.
Mhm.
uh, I then what I do for that is I charge them. I don't do it like they reimburse me. I just say flat fee if it's per night, like per overnight stay. I charge $500, and that's for the extra travel plus the hotel. I'll pay for my own hotel, my food, all that kind of stuff. Just so it's not like, okay, I booked the hotel. Here's the receipt. Now reimburse me. Like I don't want to go through all that. So I just tell them if it's overnight, 500 per night extra each night they need me to stay, basically. um, and that's how I do it for like if it's within like let's say 3-4 hours, and then you can make it more. Like I did one event where I charged them I think like $1,000 extra total, because it was like a way longer drive plus the stay plus the way longer drive back. So I think, but driving is different, right? Because then you're still bringing your equipment. It's all the stuff
Yeah, totally.
and it's not that driving is a lot easier than flying to me personally.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I done again. I'm in the DMV, so
Yeah, you go to all those.
DC, Maryland, Virginia. So
And
like
then he said, and the problem was you have to charge double because gas, hotel, food. Yep, exactly.
yeah,
So
see,
that's 100%. You got to build that into the price. And
you have to take in consideration all of the stuff, like the usage of your car, your gas going coming, hotel, food, maybe like $25 to $50
mhm.
per day for food, and you just eat McDonald's the whole night and to save money.
Yeah,
It is what it is.
like that's the thing. Like I did an event like that where I had to stay overnight, and it's like I had to eat. I was in some random like rural place because they did it in some forest or some random crap.
Uh-huh.
Everything was closed. So I was eating dinner and breakfast at a gas station every day. I'm like, so you kind of, because the event finishes so late, you have to be there early in the morning, this, that. I'm like, I'm eating gas station food. So it's like, it's still stressful. It's different than you got home, you're going with your water and you're ready to go. When you're on the road, it's you got to charge. So that's the way I do it. Everyone has their own ways. I do, like I said, flat fee, $500 per night that they need me to stay extra.
Mhm.
Um, and that I just cover everything.
And again, those $500 extra, it's including your gas, your travel, and your stay, your
Or a
hotel.
hotel, yeah. So I booked cheap hotel, whatever, like a safe hotel, but a cheap nothing. If they're doing it in a fancy hotel, I won't necessarily live there because I don't want to pay 300 a night or whatever. I'll live
Yeah,
at some other hotel nearby and drive there.
you go to a motel. Okay.
Well, this thing, I don't want to go to a motel either because all my equipment's in the car. So I'm not trying to get my shit robbed, while I'm, while
Yeah,
I'm sitting there. I'll go to maybe something like not as fancy.
got you. Yeah, I mean, I've done the same. I've done the same thing. Like if I have to stay in a hotel, I'll go to like I mean like a 3-star, 2-star,
Yeah.
3-star,
Mhm.
whatever. I mean, you literally you're getting to the hotel like what 2 in the morning, and
Yeah. Sure.
then you just go to sleep, wake up at like 6, 7, and eat, and then go home, like drive
Yeah.
home or something like that. So
Exactly.
literally just need it for like a couple hours.
This thing, and in some of these, especially some events, like some of these Indian events, they have the reception beforehand. Like two events. So it's Friday they have something, and then Saturday reception. So I'll be there Friday night, then be there Saturday, set up the whole reception, and then stay Saturday night and leave Sunday morning. So that's when it becomes like I say 500 per night. So for that, it'd be $1,000 more.
Okay.
Um, exactly. So let me see what Chin said. He said it was stressful in Florida. We had to leave early, like Tuesday morning. I remember that when we left Tennessee. Yeah, man, that's another thing. When you have to travel, it's you have to leave earlier. You have to load up earlier. And hey, you can't forget anything, like Diego, you can't forget those little dongles for because if you forget it, you're 3 hours away. You're screwed. No one's gonna save you then, man.
Yeah.
So
Not,
it's
not
it's,
even
it's
Big Red.
there's a lot of stuff to take into account, but I think what we were talking about was like in this for travel weddings is more like you have to fly somewhere, and like you have to then have someone else do the setup for you. That's a whole, to me that's it's a lot more challenging to do that, and you have to charge more than even what I was saying to make it worth it to me.
Yeah, exactly. You have to make sure that you're taking care of yourself and your equipment, money wise, uh, to make it worth your while going all the way over there, and
Hmm.
performing. So yeah, it's important to know your stuff, know your numbers. It's very important. All right, so the next one. So gotta understand, obviously, the types of traveling, like we were just speaking. Local travel, which is 1 hour to 2 hours, and usually is drivable, and you gotta take in factor gas, tolls. If you take tolls, you wanna get there faster, or sometimes like well to go to New York or New Jersey is like 3 to 4 hours for me. You
Hmm.
have to take tolls. Like you have
Yeah.
to pay the toll and you have to pay that. So you have to take gas, toll, mileage, and time. So you take all those things in consideration. You want to add a travel fee of like $1 to $2 per mile. Some people do it differently, but this is like kind of like common. Dollar or $2 per mile after 30 to 50 miles. Obviously, because anything, at least for me too, like anything that is like less than 30 miles or like 40 miles pushing it, I don't charge. But
Hmm.
anything over that, I do charge a travel fee for that. So for example, 120 miles round trip times 150 that you charge for the travel and stuff, it comes to 180 for just travel
Yeah.
fee.
That's a good way to do it.
So I think it's like the easiest way to come up with a number.
Hmm.
If you're just starting to like doing this travel events, you can start with this, and then later on start. Once you start figuring out or really understanding what takes in place with all of this, then you can adjust the numbers. But something like this, it's like common ground right now.
Hmm.
The second one is regional travel, which kind of like I do,
You're
you
saying, yeah.
do, and
Hmm.
like Chin has done too. That requires about 6 hours of drive going and then coming. So often that requires like overnight stay,
Hmm.
and like you got to take in consideration hotel, meal, per diem, obviously per diem, and like the travel day compensation. So all of that, you got to take all of that in consideration when it comes to like original travel. And one of the pro tips that I think it's good to know is that like if you travel on a Friday for like a Saturday wedding, that is they put this in your head, like if you're traveling Friday, that's a day lost that you could be DJing at a club or something, making some bread, making money, and you're driving. So the price that you give has to be accordingly to like that. You always, especially when you're doing this type of travel venues or events, keep in mind that the day that you're driving is a day that you're not getting paid. So you gotta charge for that.
Hmm.
For your like on your regular job.
Definitely. Yep.
So keep that in mind when you're charging. Destination or flight travel, and like the out of state or country. I've never done the country one, but and then out of state I was offered that and I declined. But like in that case, the client needs to take care of the airfare, the baggage, your baggage, like everything that has to do with flying, your hotel for at least 2 to 3 nights, the local transportation if because you're gonna get there to the hotel, whatever, but you're gonna need a car. How you gonna move?
Mm-hmm.
Is they gonna pick you up and take your stuff?
That's all coming out of your pocket.
Yeah, that has to come out of your pocket. And the best way to do it is, you when you present your price sheet or your quote for them, break everything down for them so they understand what it's on the final price, and like break it down as much as you can, because it's very important for them to understand and see what they're paying for and why the price is so much, uh,
Mm-hmm.
based on what they were thinking.
Yo,
So
Smiley's in the house. What's up, Smiley?
Riley was good, bro. And like, so another example for that, or before, I always charge for a full day rate for travel days. So for example, $2,000 DJ rate plus the $800 for travel package that could include your flight, your hotel, and the day rate. So you're looking at, if you charge, let's say, $2,000 for your usually rate here, I'd say like you're looking at probably 4,000 going over there, plus the 800 for the travel expenses and things like that for like a day, because it's a Friday and Saturday. And you also got to take in consideration that at that time you need to find out someone over there that's gonna give you the equipment, because you can't fly with the equipment.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another thing that you have to keep in consideration. If you have people, if you know people in the state that you're going to, that they can lend you that stuff or rent you the equipment, you got to also take that in consideration when you're pricing, because you have to pay that person. They're not gonna give it to
Yeah.
you for free.
You
So
can. So that's the thing. You can either build it into yours, your pricing, if you want. If you want to handle, booking somebody. What one guy that I know does this. He travels all the time, all over the country. So I asked him how he did it, and what he said is that, like I was saying last time, he'll charge his rate, right? So okay, like if they're booking for 2 days, or then he's gonna miss a booking on Friday to be there Saturday.
mhm,
They have to pay his regular like in-state rate for both days, for him to travel, and then he'll help them find AV company, basically, like, because he'll do the research for them and
yeah,
try to get like the best possible deal, because if someone's selling to a DJ, they're going to put a lower price than if they're selling to a client directly. So
yeah,
he'll do that, but he says, at the end of the day, though, I have the couple contract and pay that company directly, and so they pay for any of the whatever add-ons they want, sparklers, monogram, dancing on the clouds. They talk to that company directly and they contract with that, and he's just like, I just show up with my, well, they usually have a controller too, because it's a big controller, he can't even travel with it, so they have to set up the controller, set everything up, and he shows up, but he still makes sure he gets paid what he would get in his own state, because that same thing, if he's missing out on that amount of money, he can book in his state. So
yeah,
it's like it doesn't make sense for him to go out. So they have to pay for that equipment, setup, whatever. They have to pay for his hotels, food, whatever, all that stuff, and on top of that, pay for what he would be able to make in his own, you know, at
so
his
to,
own place.
so to put it in perspective, or to put it in numbers, the DJ that you ask, so let's say that usually he charges $2,000 for an event. So he's
Mm-hmm.
charging 2,000 for Friday, 2,000 for Saturday,
Mm-hmm.
plus 800.
Plus, yeah, I don't know if he does that travel. I mean, yeah, they have to pay, they have to reimburse him basically for flight, hotel. So yeah, whatever it adds up to,
Yeah, okay.
flight, hotel, etc.
Yeah. So like you said, well, yeah, it all depends, in how much is the flight, because sometimes the
Yeah,
flight is
that's the thing. Yeah, because then it's like, okay,
so,
the
yeah,
flight could be expensive.
yeah. So
Hotel could be expensive.
don't exactly go by this. This is just an example of like how to, like, put add your numbers and in a base of how you get
Mhm.
your number. But like,
Yeah, no, and that's the thing. It's important for everyone to think about. Like, yeah, if you're like, oh yeah, I'm doing a wedding on Saturday, but to be there on time, if you're taking a flight, you got to leave. You probably have to leave Friday. And then think about it.
in the morning.
If you're leaving Saturday, you can do that, but it's also like, when are you going to get there? How are you going to get from the airport? What if your flight is delayed? Those are big things to take in consideration. So it's like you might be traveling the day before, and maybe even you might be leaving the next day also. So if you get bookings on Sundays, you may miss those bookings as well. So it's like you really gotta make sure you're getting enough money for it. And let me hit this. Chin Chillin said we used a rent U-Haul van for our equipment. Instead, our gig mobile, which is a truck, because I have a Toyota Tundra V8 2000. Yeah, that's the other thing is if you're renting a U-Haul, it gets expensive, especially if you're driving 200 miles or something. Like you have to pay per mile with the U-Haul rentals, so that'll be another $500-600 maybe for the rental.
I mean, how much was a Chin? How much was it, or how much did you pay for when you went to Florida? Because that's a hike
Yeah,
from Tennessee,
with the U-Haul.
yeah, to Florida. That's a hike. So how much do you pay for that? Like just the U-Haul. Like, I'm not, you know, you don't have to share.
Yeah. So that's
Like,
the thing. Like
but
it ends up being a lot of money. So yeah, as a
yeah,
clients,
it has,
I that's the thing. When I quote, I've quoted people for travel, and it's like it's a lot of money, and then they did, oh, okay, never mind, kind of a thing.
yeah. I mean,
um, so that's why I haven't booked it. I only international or gigs that I've done like out of state are ones that I've done for like I don't know some organization that I really know well. So I'm giving them a good price and making not it's not like a business thing at all. It's more of like I'm doing them a personal favor at the same price I would have done it. Or once I did a wedding after party in Scotland, but I was attending the wedding. Like one of our friends was getting married in another country, and then they asked me to DJ the after party. So I DJ'd internationally, but I did it for free.
I guess you did it just like Chin.
Exactly. Oh yeah. Well, yeah. We'll see. Exactly. This is as a family member's event. Yeah. So that's the thing. I've only done it like that. I've yet for a client to actually book me for the amount of money that it costs. So maybe it's also because hey, I'm not some famous DJ, right? I'm not DJ Bar. I'm not some famous like celebrity DJ that someone's gonna pay that much to fly me out.
Yeah,
So once you get the name, if you get that reputation, like yeah, it costs a lot of money to fly someone out. So it's like yeah, your skills, your reputation has to live up to that as well. So that's why they pay thousands to fly you out for.
Another thing that you have to keep in consideration is if you're renting out the equipment, you need to know the equipment before you play.
Yeah.
Because you can't just show up at, let's say the event starts at 3. You can't show up at like 2:30 thinking that everything is already set up. And then you don't know what you're working with. I think that if the wedding is on a Friday, I mean, if the wedding is on a Saturday, you should be flying out. If you have to fly, you have to fly out Friday morning, get there, get situated in your hotel or whatever, and then try to set up the setup the day before if possible, or on Saturday morning, so you can be there while they set up and you can ask any questions you need to. And even so, if the controller is being provided, you need to familiarize yourself with the controller. Because
Yeah, what I'll say is that I mean I think it works the same way because like I said, when I've done events like the free ones I've done out of country, it works the same way. The people get there, whatever, a few hours before, they set everything up. And so that's the thing, you have to be like ready because you're not gonna have that luxury. You're not gonna know the equipment. And that's why I love having the Rev One. And if that's what I recommend anybody. If you get comfortable with one of these travel controllers, because I can just bring my Rev One in my luggage. It fits in the bag, and so I can travel with it. So it's like okay, no matter what I have there, I know that they'll have a mixing board, like a mixer, whatever, Yamaha, QSC. They'll have a mixer. As long as I know I can plug in my controller to that, it's like doesn't matter what else they set up, how they set up the speakers. As long as I'm familiar with my own controller, it's like I'm good. So I always bring my Rev One, and I'm like, okay, as long as you guys have a mixer I can plug into, you set up the speakers, set up, someone there manages the lighting. That's the other thing. The lighting is the other thing. So they have to have someone there that manages their lighting. Because what if they show up and they're using Freestyler? They're like, okay, here, you do it by yourself. They're like, what the hell? I don't know how to use Freestyler. So they have to have a tech there to manage that stuff. And then as long as you're like, okay, I can just plug my shit into their mixer, then I'm good. As long as their stuff is working.
So that talking about the lighting thing real quick. Side note, when I did this Indian half Peruvian wedding, the second time, because they got married twice.
Okay.
The second time it was at a venue that it had their own lighting show and stuff. So
Okay.
when I got there, the owner was like, "All right, here's the computer for the lights," and I was like, "What?" And so he was like, yeah, and they have Freestyler.
Oh.
Yeah, freestyle. And
This
he
is
was like,
exactly that story.
and literally he was like, okay, so this one's the scenes, and this one's the chases, and just press, whatever you press is gonna do something different.
Oh wow.
So when we got there, I was like, yo, Pee Wee, start pressing buttons, see what each one do, so we can figure it out. So we
Yeah.
literally spent like 30 minutes just pressing buttons on the computer to figure out what the hell the
Okay, so you had that experience basically. So that's what it would be
yeah,
like if you did a travel gig.
yeah. But
You show up there with
imagine,
their equipment.
imagine if you go to the event and you have to get familiarized with the controller and with the lighting system.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
that's what
You
I would
know?
say. Like have a tech. That should be one of the things you could consider talking about. Is like, okay, someone from their team. If it depends on how complex the setup is too, right? If it's just speakers and a gig bar, like okay, whatever. But if
Yeah.
they're putting all this like moving heads, they have all this trussing and the multiple moving heads. Like okay, like we need to have a dedicated lighting tech in that scenario as well. Let me see what Chin said. He said we had to wake up at 3 a.m. to beat traffic, Tennessee to Florida. Yeah, man. I mean, it's a long one. Sounds like it was your family. So you
Free.
probably didn't charge like we talked about in this. But that's the
Yeah.
thing. People don't know. It takes a lot to travel, even driving. But on top of that, flying takes a lot of extra coordination behind the scenes, a lot of extra time you're spending. So you really have to make sure you just quote them high. Quote them higher than you would think. And if
Mhm.
they take it, great. And if they don't, it's not going to be worth your time because especially if you're a DJ that gets bookings in your town, you'll probably get another booking, for something regular anyways then.
Yeah. And talking about that, do you say, do like when a family member asks for you to DJ, do you charge them? Or how
Um,
do you deal with that? And Chad, how do you guys deal with
yeah, how
it?
do you guys deal with that? The way I deal with it, so actually both scenarios, I've actually DJed weddings for like cousins, basically two cousins.
Uh-huh.
And the way I did it is I did my DJ services for free, but setup, like equipment setup and breakdown, all that stuff, either they pay for it completely or they pay me like as if I was like a AV company. So basically, I'll do like the DJ part of it, but not the equipment part of it. I'll charge them for. So the first wedding I did, they just booked it. They just had another company come in and do everything. So I
Okay.
just brought my controller plugged in. I didn't charge them anything for that actually. The
Did
second
you
one, the second one was kind of a mix where they actually had like a 4 day. It was like a 3 day event, and so I charged them basically for like my setups, but not for like the time that I spent DJing there.
did you ask how much they charge them for that? For like the setup?
No, not the original. The first one, no. But the second one, I ended up charging basically for 2 days. I was charged them $2,800, and it was a big setup too. So because I did kind of half and half. I paid someone else to do the reception setup,
Uh-huh.
and then I did the setup for the day before on my own. So basically, I charged them 2,800 for both days, which they had three. It was a 300 guest wedding too, so it was like speakers, subs, and fill speakers, and then we had 4 moving heads, up lighting, and so it was a big setup. So that's why it was a little bit even probably sounds like a
And
little bit
how
more
much
than
how much did you end up paying the other company to do the setup for the big?
I paid. It was a guy that I knew, so he did a little bit cheaper. But I paid him $1,000 to
Uh-huh.
do. He set up 2 tops, 2 subs, and 4 moving heads,
Okay.
and like the DJ booth, and like so his mixer, mic. So all I had to do was just plug in my controller.
Yeah.
So $1,000 for 2 tops, 2 subs, or 18-inch subs. Um, and then I brought my 2 fill speakers. So that's where I was like kind of mix and match. I provided 2 fill speakers, but he had 4 moving heads as well. So
And your first speakers were there wireless or?
yeah, so he set up. He had Alto Stealth, so he did the Alto Stealth setup to my fill speakers basically.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
So it was a little mix and match, but yeah, but in general is the idea is that I charge them only for like what it would take for the setup, equipment, and then I did all the DJing services was completely free.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
How do you do it when you do it for
I
family?
think about it that way. Usually for like my immediate family, I don't charge. I just do it because just family.
Yeah.
But anyone else like cousins and things like that, I'll probably just charge them as a regular party, not as like let's say if they're getting married, I wouldn't charge
Oh
them
yeah, like a
my
regular
wedding
party.
package.
Yeah.
I would just be like, all right, this is what I charge for a regular party. So it's a regular. So pretty much it's like a lot, like
Yeah.
50% off, something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's. I
So,
mean, that's basically the same. I can comes out to the same. Because if you think about it, for a regular party, your what you would charge to do the setup and breakdown for a regular party is probably the same. For as for that like you say, like regular party sometimes you'll do 1,000. Like I said, I paid this guy 1,000 to do two tops, two subs, and four moving heads. So it's like it kind of or like even here, right? I got a quote just to set up two tops, two subs, and then just run the cables to me, and they quoted me $800 to do just that. So that's like regular party type of price,
yeah,
anyways.
yeah, true. So yeah,
That's the way I do it for a fan. But obviously, if it's like my brother, my sister, that kind of thing, it's like yeah, obviously I do that for free. But I'm talking about like cousins, aunts, uncles, And now I don't know if I'm gonna do any more weddings for family. Just because my wife, she like doesn't like it, like because I'm just doing DJ stuff the whole time, and she's by herself, just like with nobody, and it's just family. So
yeah,
I don't know if I'm gonna do it anymore. We'll see.
yeah, I thoroughly understand that because it's the same thing every time we have a party. Because again, every time we have an event or anything like family related, I'm literally like concentrated. I take those events seriously too. It's not like
Exactly, exactly.
I'm there. I'm to in my head. I'm working, and I'm DJing, and my wife's just sitting down there like
Yeah.
doing
And
nothing.
no matter how much you're like, oh no, I can do both. I can do both because of how we are, both of us. We're both are like, oh no, we're like we're taking it very seriously.
Yeah, like it's just crazy. You just can't, you can't. So
Yeah. All
yeah,
right, let's see what Chin said. It was an 11-hour and 33-minute
yeah, no,
wow
I'm
drive.
not driving that. Oh hell,
And Chin like he's talking about he did it for a family member, so I don't know how much he got from that.
it's charging his cousin $1,000 for the LED dance floor in November.
There we go.
Oh,
That's what I'm talking about. That's a good chunk of change, man. That's gonna cover probably like half or probably like a fourth of the cost already. But she said, but she is an event coordinator and will add it to her packages as well. Nice, man. How much are you planning on charging? Like, is that gonna be your normal price, 1,000, or is that like the family price?
that's gonna be like 3G, bro. That
the
has to be like
non the
3G.
non-family price.
Yeah, non-family price is 3Gs minimum.
That's the. I mean, even in family, like it's the same way you think about it, right? It's like, okay, if I wasn't doing this event for them, I would be booked. I could book something else.
Yeah.
Um, on the flip side, though, it's also like if they're a close family member, you'd probably be a guest at their wedding, anyways. So I don't know if you would book something that night because you would probably be attending as a guest. But that's why I do it that way. What I do it, I was like, okay, I'll do the services for free because look, I was gonna be a guest at your wedding anyways. It's not like I was gonna book it for something
So
else.
now let me ask you a question. Now that you said that, so let's say that let's say you're invited to one of your cousin's wedding,
Hmm.
and then somebody comes and wants to hire you for their wedding, and it's the same day. Do you decline the business because you want to go to your cousin's wedding, or do you not go to your cousin's wedding because you rather do the DJ?
I
I'll
think,
tell you me.
yeah,
I'm
you
going.
go.
I'm going to I'm going to DJ. Sorry, cousin. Sorry.
Yeah, I think it depends, right? It depends how close this cousin is, and if it's some rando cousin that you're not really close with, I'm like, whatever. I would take the event,
It,
but it just depends who it is.
it can be my best cousin. Nah. Sorry.
No, I think that's just a personal choice. It's
Yeah,
just
that's
it's
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I know it's a person. I wanted to know like what you guys would do because
yeah.
I know me, and I would be like, yeah, I got a DJ.
Now the thing is if you're talking about if you're saying the order, right? If I'm already booked for a wedding and then my cousin says they're getting married that weekend,
Yeah,
I'm
no,
hell no, I'm not leaving the gig because I'm already booked and I've
no, I'm
signed the
talking about,
contract.
I'm talking about vice versa.
No, no, no. Then
You
then
get
it's different. Then it's different.
you get invited to the wedding, but
But then after,
like after
yeah,
you
no.
get an inquiry to
I
go
just had that scenario come up because I had like a friend's wedding that I was going to, and it wasn't like a really close friend. But
uh-huh.
then like a month before, I got a inquiry for a wedding, and I was like, look, I'm not gonna. And like it's already the guest list has been set. They have your order. I'm like, I'm not gonna back out on this wedding, my friend's wedding. They probably already paid for me to be there. I'm not gonna back out to do this event.
Oh, so
So I
you
let
are
it go.
SVP.
Huh?
You are SVP.
Yeah, I had already RSVP'd yes to this
Okay,
wedding.
I don't RSVP, so because I never know. That's why I don't RSVP.
People just don't know if Diego's going to show up to their wedding or not
No,
until.
like my family, my friends, they already know when they send like those type of like evites,
Yeah,
whatever.
Evite, exactly.
Are you attending or not? I always put not sure. Oh, I don't know. That one. So if I show up, I show up. If I don't show up,
That's
I'm
funny.
leaving. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
because
So
they know you're a DJ.
yeah.
All right,
So
let's see what Smiley said here. He said, "Nah, it's going up to 1,500 for a 12 by 12." Nice. Okay, so yeah, he gave them a bit of a discount.
$100. Okay.
Once I get 20 by 20, I'm charging 2,500 for it. Wow, that's crazy, man.
Yo, Smiley, you could. I'm sorry, but you can charge more than bro. Like 3 G's for that for the 20 by
Wow,
20. 3 G's. Around here in Virginia, that's what's going
really? I'm
for.
like, who's spending that much? See, if those clients that are spending on that LED, they're the ones that can afford the travel DJ as well.
Oh, the Mexican quinceañeras,
They
the
love it.
parents, the Mexicans quinceañera, like the parents, they spend so much money.
Damn.
They save up their whole life
Wow.
for this day. Like
Really?
it's bigger than a wedding.
That's crazy, man. I didn't know. I mean, obviously I knew it was big because I see you guys, but that's
They drop money like it's nothing.
three
And
thousand on a
and
dance floor.
and they have padrinos like godfathers for
They
people coming
spend.
through. So that helps out a lot. But the parents, man, they spend a lot of money, a
Mm.
lot of money.
Hey, bro. So that's why if one of my Hispanic friends asks me to be a padrino, I say no, no, thank you. For a girl, for if they have a daughter, they say, "Hey, would you like to be the padrino?" The hell, nah, I'm good, man. Thank you.
Yeah, and I mean
I'll be calling
quote
Smiley.
unquote, it's an honor. Not everyone gets asked.
Of course, yeah, but
Honor to be
then,
asked.
then they're gonna make you pay Smiley for the $3,000 dance floor. Oh shit, you're the padrino, man.
I
Big
would be like,
guy.
hey, I feel honored. However,
However, I'll pay for something else.
yeah,
Smiley says they already got it booked for a quinceanera this Saturday already. That's awesome, man. Smiley's good at selling stuff. He gets it and he can sell it. That's the thing.
yeah.
If you get it, you could sell it. Like buy whatever the hell you want. And
Yo,
plus, my
Smiley,
two.
where like do you go to Facebook or like where do you advertise this stuff? Like how
Yeah,
you get
Smiley, where do you advertise?
so many, or do you go to like offer up or like stuff like that? I don't know. I don't know how you.
All right, let me see what Chin Chun said. And plus, my two Chave mini Quinta arrived. Nice, man. Congrats. I don't know about Quintas. I have never owned a Quinta before. Smiley
I
said,
never own one, but I seen how they are and I seen it live. They're a nice
"Do like
little.
the dots one, right? They do like dots."
Yeah, kind of like that. It's like
Yeah.
an old. It's like an old school. It's like a baby version, Chinese version of the Wash Effects, but it's squares. But it's squares instead of
But it's
circles.
ironic because it's Chave, so it's it's not
Yeah,
Chinese. Smiley said, "Oh yeah, for sure, 3K. I'm gonna start off at that price, build the Koreans." Okay, so he's got plans to increase Facebook and Instagram. Wow, and been working more on TikTok. That's awesome, bro.
and how what do you use for advertisement? Because I mean, you just got the stuff. So how you advertise? Do you use like other people's uh floor to get ideas, or like how do you advertise? Or is it did you
Or
get
maybe
this?
it's the
Did you
promotional
get this floor
price.
stuff? Did you get this floor? The floor in the LED lights, floor, whatever. Does it come with an advertisement package already? Like
Mm,
both lighting has it has that when you buy like the sparklers or you buy like the smoke machine, whatever, it comes with a like a
That's true. You
video.
could just use those.
Yeah.
You could just
So
use those videos that they have online.
yeah.
And Chinchon says those Chave Mini Quinta, they move like American DJ Aggressor. Dude, I don't
I don't
know
know.
those ones because I've just been doing like up lighting. Like I just use wash lighting to be honest. Like that's the only thing that I do now. So I don't even the Aggressor. I don't know that one either. But
Oh,
let's see. Smiley says now the day it arrived, I made a video on CapCut. Oh yeah, that's right. You must have set it up. I think he said that, right? He set it up and then probably took videos of it.
I haven't. Yeah, I haven't seen the video of his setting up the LED light. Oh, did I?
But you should, Smiley, make it when you do it this Saturday. Make a video, put it on YouTube. We'll show it next week.
Yeah.
We'll,
Yeah.
to
Do
show us
that, bro.
how it looked.
Yeah. Show it up, man. All right.
All
Let's
right,
go to the.
before we forget, I want to switch topics real quick
Okay.
because I had this weird scenario, and I want to know if you guys have ever had this situation. So let me know. So basically, this event planner reached out to me for this wedding I'm doing, and
Okay.
he said the venue wanted to know if I have any power requirements. So I get that question a lot. I'm sure you guys get it a lot too.
Yeah.
But I was basically like, no, like I don't need anything extra. I just plug into the wall outlets. And usually I use like four, maximum 6 outlets around the venue. Because like if I put my light somewhere, I put fill speakers. So I just said that to be safe, right?
Yeah.
He emails me back. He says the venue is charging us for every outlet that we use. So how many should I put you down for? And I'm like, what are you talking about? So what he's saying is that they will charge me. They're charging. They want to know how many outlets I'll use as a DJ because they want to charge the couple for that amount of outlets. And I'm like, I've never heard of that before. And then he also asked me in the same email, he's like, will your DJ require access to Wi-Fi as well? So I'm like, are they trying to charge for me using Wi-Fi as well? So I don't know. I've never had that happen. And I'm curious for you guys, right? Because I've done in like 5 years, all our experience combined. Have you guys ever had that scenario where a venue charges for how many outlets you use? Or is there something, you think there's something wrong with this?
I've never heard of that. Like pretty much not really. They're not really charging you for how many outlets. It looks like they're charging you to use the energy, the power.
I mean, I get that, but isn't that, I thought, isn't that just included?
It should be included. Like what the hell?
Yeah, exactly. And then I'm thinking about it because I'm doing ceremony there, I'm doing cocktail hour there, and reception. It's all 3. So then I'm like, yo, are they going to charge me? Do I have to include the cocktail hour outlet for my LD? If the ceremony, right? It's 220 people. So if I don't want to use battery power if I don't have to because I might need 2 speakers. So it's like, do I need to tell them that I need outlets for the ceremony? Like, yeah, the way I'm doing it, right? I'm like, okay, I just need standard wall outlets. I don't need extra power. Like I'm not doing an LED dance floor, LED screen. So I'm like, I don't need extra power. I just need outlets. And like, I'm sure you show up and you just plug in wherever, right? And you're like, all right, I plug in here, plug in here, plug in here, and you call it a day.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm curious.
I've never gotten that question. I think that's crazy.
Yeah.
And usually what I do when I go to an event, I have a power tester thingy. So I always go and I start plugging on different plugs to see which one is good. And those are the ones that I use. I've never had anyone tell me you can only use this many, whatever. But in the case that they do ask me, I do say, if it depends also, because if I'm not using the dancing on the cloud machine, then with a 115 amp, I'm fine. Like I can put everything on a 115 amp as long as there's nothing else connected to it. But to be on the safe side, at 20 amp. If you have a 20 amp, you can put everything on it, and you never.
The thing is like for this, for example, right? This is the setup. So I'm like I don't want to say like because okay, look, my DJ booth setup, they may put me over here, or who knows where they're gonna put me. But then I'm gonna put my one speaker here, one speaker here. And then I would say, okay, usually what I do is I'd run power to an outlet here, run a power to outlet here, have a separate outlet for my DJ equipment over here. Like I don't want to run extension cable, everything off of one outlet all the way here. And then like for this venue, right, I'd want to do my lighting like I did on the last gig log. So I'd put a lighting tree here, lighting tree here. So at least, I mean, that's 5 outlets, but I'm like, I could at least do with 4, but that's outlet here, outlet here, outlet here, outlet here. I mean, like in a regular venue, I'm like, I just plug into the closest outlet, right? I'm not going to be running a power cable because I only have one outlet running everything from here, here, here. I don't know, man. That's why it's. I'm just curious because I'm like, am I, am I just not? Have I not been doing this long enough?
Uh, no, bro. I've never heard of that. Like the only thing that I can think of, if like if they wanna wanna be like that, or the client tells you, nah, you can only use like two two
Yeah,
outlets because I'm not gonna pay for more. You have your two speakers there running the cable back. Use a white splitter, plug
exactly. Yeah,
one,
that's the, I
and
could do it. I could do it. I'm gonna skip ahead to chins because this is the other thing, right? It's like, okay, if I run everything off of one outlet and something does go wrong, they're gonna blame me that, hey, you overloaded one outlet. And the other problem is when you run really long extension cables, the cables can get hot. Like if you're not using the big gauge.
if
So
you,
it's like,
yeah, you have to have the right gauge.
yeah, and those are heavy as hell. Like you get 14 gauge, they're heavy. Like you got to bring those big ass things. So that's why I'm telling them, hey, give me. I need four. I don't give a shit. Like I need four because I need one for like if I'm doing it right. Like and they're trying to be all cheap.
Have you seen the venue? Have you gone to the venue and see so you can?
No, no, I've only this is just like these pictures and stuff.
Do you know where the outlets are here? No.
No, no, but yeah, like that's the thing, bro. Like okay, if it's not here, maybe it's over here, or if it's not here, like that's how we can figure it out. Like I can figure. That's why I gave him a range 4 to 6. Like I'll figure it out once I'm there. That's generally what I would use.
How far is the venue from you?
This one is like an hour and a half, so it's not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's far.
But
Because
let me hit these comments though. Smiley said, and people shared it like crazy. He's talking about his ad. My cousin sent it to the client quinceanera. She booked it then. Nice, man. So I think you gotta get the word out with your like family members and stuff.
of
Said
course,
for sure. And okay, so Smiley agrees. That's wild. He said they said they're not paying the energy, but I know that's wild, man. Like this is like a nice hotel. This isn't like just some privately owned. This is like a corporate hotel. And so that's why I'm surprised. Like I've never run into this before. And exactly, Chinchillin is exactly right, bro. Like if I'm trying to, let's say I'm trying to help them, I'll try to help save you guys money. I'll do it. I'll run cables from one outlet, and then it gets overloaded, or someone trips over a wire because I'm running cables everywhere. It's not worth it,
yeah, no, yeah, definitely. I'm saying like a worst case scenario.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You
No, and
might
that's the thing.
have
Like,
to
so
like
if let's
bring
say
down
we showed up, like if I showed up there and then there's only one outlet, like we would make it work because we're not gonna like stop the whole party. We'd be like, okay, we'll figure something out. Use
yeah.
a battery powered here, that. But it's when they're asking you ahead of time. I'm not gonna say, yeah, one outlet is fine for a whole reception setup.
Yeah, it also depends on how much they're charging for each outlet. Like if you
I
say
know that's
I need
I don't
one
know. I don't know how much they
they
are
say,
because
okay, it's gonna be like $150 per outlet. God damn, six.
yeah.
That's expensive.
Well, the reason I said 6 was before I had the layout. I was talking to them that we may need fill speakers because again, this is like 250 guests again.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, in case I end up needing fill speakers, I'm like, let me say 6 outlets because then obviously I would have an outlet for each extra speaker.
Yeah.
But yeah, Smiley said, I'm thinking of getting a power distribution box, not worry about being on same circuits. That's the thing. So when I've had venues charge for power, it's like if you need them to set up a power distribution box specific for you, like it's like a box with like a bunch of different circuits on it, like 6 different circuits. I understand them charging for that because they have to like have that installed there for you.
It's
But to plug in,
Mhm.
yeah, to plug into their walls, like what if a guest charges their phone? What if the photographers, videographers, they're always charging shit. They're charging their batteries. Are you asking them how many outlets they're going to use? I don't know, man. I was like, I don't know. Sounds like at least to you guys though, all your experience is the same thing. It's not.
Yeah, that is crazy.
And also, it's like, okay, look, like that's the thing I was saying. So I would like to set up the lighting here because I think that would give the best effect. Now, if I'm like, oh, I'm worried about outlets, so now they want me to change my setup. It's not going to be what's best. What works best. I could change things around, put my booth like right next to their table, so I could use it with the same outlet. But it's like, it's not going to be what's best for their setup. It's just weird to charge. I thought it was really weird for them to charge per outlet like that.
When there's the van.
When there's an event, I always check, make sure if the outlet is working or not by using electromagnet field detector. I think is that what you have, Diego? The
No,
tester?
I have like a plug that it lights up. If it lights up, if you get a two green lights, it's good. And then if it starts telling you if it's a yellow one, a black one, a yellow, then it's an error, and it'll tell you what
Oh
the
yeah. I think I
error.
saw that one on I think I saw that one on YouTube. Like someone was using it, right?
Uh, there's a lot. There's like different ones, but let me see if I can because I usually I have it on my backpack.
All right, while you get that, so this was also what they showed me for the ceremony. So I'm like, yeah, like okay, I have my battery powered setup, but like with this, if it's that big, I don't want to get stuck saying, oh, I don't need any outlets. Let's say I want to do two speakers, one here, one here, one here, one here. Like I'm like, okay, I need to ask for two plugs here, because
Yeah,
it's like if it's a big thing, and then I'm like, okay, no, don't worry, I'll save you guys money. I'm just going to use one battery powered speaker, and then people can't hear all the way in the back.
yeah,
It's like so I'm like, look, like it's like even if they're charging, it's like you need a certain amount of power to get the job done.
yeah. So this is the one that I
Let
have.
me make you bigger then. Oh, nice.
Yeah, so you plug it, and if this two, wait, if this one and this two right here light up, that's because it's a good circle. You can use it. But if you get this red one and this one means something. This one and this one means something else, and then on top of the color. So and the good thing is that right here it tells you with every single one of them, like
Oh,
when
nice.
something it tells you what it is.
Yeah, so you could check because that's the thing. Like I think, and most of the standard wall outlets are 15 amp, but then
Yeah,
if it has that little line on
has
it,
it
then
has
it's
a
20
20.
amp.
Yeah. So I went to a really big venue that I DJ for. It was on I think in April. No, whatever. One day, and then the venue's huge, and they have like little outlets every so like spread out like one or two outlets in each wall, but it's huge. And but they had in a specific 20 amp cable just for DJs and like this.
Mm,
So
yeah,
so it's different, but
that's a good venue. There you
yeah,
go.
and they don't charge extra for that. It was part of it. So I mean, they didn't tell me if I needed to. They were like, please, you and all your stuff plug it into this one because it's a 20 amp. Everything
Yeah.
else is 15. So I was like, all right, cool.
That's what I'm talking about. That's legit, man. Hey, thank God we're not using those plug-in uplights. Because otherwise, like you have those old uplights, you plug it in everywhere. I need 32 outlets.
Yeah, that's very true.
Oh, buddy's in the house. What's up? What's
Hey,
up,
what's
man?
up, buddy? Thank
Thanks
you
for
for
stopping by. Buddy was with a customer meeting. Buddy, let me know then real quick, because you also have a lot of experience. Have you ever had a venue ask how many outlets you were going to use and then charge the couple for the number of outlets that you as a DJ were going to plug into? Because I have a venue apparently that's trying to charge the couple. They're asking me specifically how many outlets I'll use, so that because they charge for that. Oh,
Oh,
but he said yes. Oh
please
my god.
enlighten us.
Yeah, let us know because I'm tripping here because I was like, are
So,
you serious? Like, and so can tell me then how many? I guess. Oh shit! How 100 per outlet?
per outlet?
That's
Whoa,
wild.
that's crazy.
So what do you do in that situation, buddy? Because like for me, I'm trying to figure out like so I want to do two lighting trees that are gonna be plug-in, two speakers, and then my DJ area.
When is this wedding?
Well, this is it's in 2 weeks. No, actually no, it's end of the month. End of the month.
Okay, well, Bob Lenny has battery power stuff. Start buying, and then
Yo,
we
that's like, I'm not. So I'm supposed to buy stuff because the
buy it,
venue's
use
charging
it,
it.
buy it, use it, return it.
Yeah, hey, but
You
Boat
know,
Lighting doesn't accept returns, man. Shit. I tried, bro. I tried. I
Oh,
tried returning those movie heads. They didn't take them.
I'm talking about Bob Lenny USA, not
He,
just.
he doesn't take. I don't think he takes returns either, though. That's the thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like they do warranties, but not like return, like not like Amazon style. Like you can't just return it.
There's always a reason why they don't accept returns.
Smiley said, "I'm running LED dance floor with sound switch." Nice. Oh wow.
What?
How is
That
it? It's got DMX input. It
It,
must,
it has to.
that's crazy. All right, so okay, cool. So you need 4 plugs. Okay, that's what I'm telling them. So I don't know, because yeah, that's the thing. If they're getting charged,
Setup, of course.
but that's
Depends.
the thing. But there's cocktail hour, right? So I need a plug for that. And then there's ceremony with 250 guests. So I'm like, I need at least 2 plugs for that, like speakers and my ceremony setup. I don't know, man. I think it's kind of ridiculous for a venue to charge like that.
I think it should be included in the pricing that they're giving. It's already expensive enough. Like
It's
God.
expensive. Basically, what that's the thing. Then I'm worried. Then it makes me look bad because like, oh, the DJ is requesting a total of 7 outlets, so here's $700 more onto your venue charge.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's really really crazy.
I think that's what I have to do, though. I just have to ask for 4 plugs for the reception, 1 for the cocktail, and 2 for the ceremony,
Well, that's what
and
you guys.
we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what they say. We'll see what the client says. You might
Yeah.
end up with just one plug.
He said LED lights don't take much. Your LED 28s will draw the most. You're better off using a power unit. Power unit.
You don't have one.
Do you mean like a battery pack? Power or like having it all on like one like a large outlet? 'Cause that's the thing. I don't want they said that like we could give you a power drop with like a bunch of outlets on it, but then I have to run cables from that all over the venue, which that just seems like
Yeah, so there's also a lot of DJs that they have their own, like it looks like a freaking toolbox, and then everything is there plugged in. All you have to do is plug your speaker. You plug everything to that little thing that you brought, and then one cable goes out to one outlet, but everything is distributed.
oh,
And
I got it. I
yeah,
got it.
so maybe that's what he's talking about.
Then
Um,
you run
I
everything off
think
that. All right.
I'm gonna fit in my car. So
Yeah, so he says, I always check the breaker electricity box. This is what I have. Okay, I think Buddy might be sending something or a link.
okay, well, what he's doing that is real quick. So based real quick, going back to the travel prices thingy. Phase one, step one, base fee. Start with your normal wedding rate, example, 15 to 2,000, and then add your travel cost. So including mileage, gas, wear and tear, and then whatever it depends on like IRS rate is on your state. Uh, Fly, and also the rate on the state that you're going to. So whichever is more, that's the one you charge.
Yeah, or
Flying,
more than that.
yeah, round trip, baggage for your gear. If you're taking some gear, like rental a car, you need a car to move around unless they're gonna give you one.
Yep.
Which I don't know if they will, but loading at least one or 2 nights, depending on, like in your case, Indian weddings they do like 3 days wedding, so like two nights, uh, or 3 nights in that case. And they also added travel rate date, because again, if you're traveling Friday for a wedding on Saturday, you're not working that Friday, and that should be paid because you are still going into you're driving into another state to make an event happen. So if you lose a Friday or a Sunday because of travel, you should take that loss and account for. And again, it could range. I put $300 to $600 for the day. But I mean, if you want to charge more, you can charge more. If not, but that's common ground, like five, maybe $600. That's how much you get in a club for 4 hours. 300,
Mhm.
300 to $400. So or five. So you also gotta take in consideration your added setup, your breakdown, and that fee if needed. Because if you're gonna set up, because sometimes there's companies that just drop off the equipment and then you have to set it up. There's companies that charge extra for them to set it up aside from dropping it off. So that's another thing that you gotta take in consideration if the client want which way they want to go, and then just add accordingly. Always run up to cover surprises, delay flights, which that will be horrible.
Mhm.
Parking fees, and extra luggage. That also you also got to take that in consideration. So a quick breakdown. let's say your fee it's 1,800. Your flight might be 350 round trip if you get a good flight. 2 nights, $300 for a hotel, EFI hotel. I'm just going like the cheapest you can
Yeah,
go.
yeah, yeah.
Ground transportation 150, travel for the day before 400, so that comes to around $3,000 that the client has to cover for everything. Never eat the travel costs because it's not you, it's on them. It should be on them, and include them clearly on your proposal. On the proposal, give a completely thorough breakdown of everything so they understand and there's no misunderstandings when the payment comes. This is very important, very very important.
Yeah,
Um,
no, that's the thing. Some of those things you don't even think about. If you're if you haven't like you might just you just sign up for it, and then you're like, wow, look at all these costs. So hopefully, if anybody's thinking about it, you could think about this reminds you of all the costs that are associated with traveling.
yeah,
Um,
if you ever want, if you ever want any of my PowerPoint slides, just let me know and I send it to you guys. You can have it. I just like
or you
making it
go just watch our videos back. There's so many our videos. There's so many of them.
and pause it right on the
You
slide
pause
that
it
you
on
want.
there. But Buddy said he said something on Instagram, by the way. So let's
Okay.
see.
No, I probably received it, but I have to check it on my phone and then go in. I get it on my phone, download it, and then send it to my computer.
You have to send it to yourself. Well, okay, here's the other thing. Buddy's right. We didn't add in that last setup. We didn't add the food and insurance. So yeah, we talked about the food, and then
No, no, I did. It's the those extra costs.
I was under extra costs.
Yeah, but I didn't put a price to it.
Got
That's
it, got it. So that's covered under the extra cost there.
yeah, always run up to cover surprises. I mean I didn't specify, but yeah,
Oh, yeah,
like
it's on the breakdown, but
yeah,
that's where you
it's not
you got to round up.
yeah,
So if it
round up.
round up means if it comes out to 3,500, you round up to 4,000. That's what that means.
Yeah, because it depends how you eat. If you
Yeah,
want
if
to,
you're maybe if you're at 4,000, you round up to 5,000. Then you could do that too.
so you wanna while I download
I'll do
this,
this. So
read
yeah,
that
that's
to me.
the other thing. You could, if you're driving, you got to build. You can bring your own equipment. But the other thing is when you're traveling, like flight wise, because you can't, other than maybe your controller, like if you have the Rev One, you can't travel with that much equipment, if any. So you got to then find the rental company. Like you said, either you can build that into your cost, or like I've said, other DJs that I know do it, they help find that company, and then the client has to do the contract with them. If they want to do any add-ons, monograms, sparklers, that's all between them and then that AV company. So then they pay them directly. You just show up, you tell them what controller you need, and you just show up and perform that day. And then yeah, the hybrid is usually what I do. Is kind of like, okay, I might one time I've traveled with my microphones because my mics fit in the in the baggage. So I traveled with microphone and I traveled with my controller, and then everything else I got there.
Oh well, I lost you guys for a little bit. I don't know what
Oh,
happened.
maybe. Okay. Well, yeah, we just summarized that. Actually, right when you X out of that slide, it that was when I was done talking about that slide. But all right, I gotta go here soon. But let's see if were you able to get Buddy's Instagram thing or having technical difficulty?
I think when I tried to share it, that's when I lost you guys.
Oh, interesting. Okay,
Yeah,
let's see. It's
I
here.
don't know. I
Oh,
don't know.
no, that's not it.
Know what
Okay, let me,
happened.
let me hit this comment. Then he said the buddy said the last one we did, we drove. They covered the fuel, food, hotel, and our rider for insurance. Yeah, that's nice. I know that's interesting. The insurance one. We hadn't talked about that until Buddy joined. But did you have to get different insurance for doing it out of state, or is the insurance that you use did that apply to this scenario? So I think that would be the only the question there. Because yeah, if you could use the same insurance, then that's great. But sounds like you had to pay extra to do it. Maybe it was in a different state or something. And then let's see, buddies. I don't know if seems like we're not able to get it up the
I
Instagram
got,
thing.
I got it. I think. Let me see.
All right, let's see. Could do that, and then we could go. Have to wrap it up because then I'm in OT.
Yeah, your
But
what?
Buddy came late, and then yeah, I mean that was good because he's. It sounds like Buddy's had every experience. Because yeah, none of us had that until Buddy had mentioned it. So now I'm thinking. I mean, maybe what I'll do is I won't set the lighting up away. Let me put that out here.
Top window. This one.
Since Buddy is here. So Buddy, what I was saying was I would need lights. I was like, okay, I liked having the lights like facing the dance floor. So I was like, okay, outlet here. Okay, there we go. Well, it looks like you found it. Oh, he's talking about this. Yeah, yeah. I don't
So
know. Let's see
what is
what
that?
annoys.
What's the dog?
I have a Jackery, but what annoys me is what. So the venue doesn't have to pay for electricity, but now I'm supposed to eat the cost and use my electricity from my home that I charge this battery pack with. You know, it's like come on, man. It's like the venue is not. If the venue is like charging people for that,
That's
it's
what I
crazy.
don't understand either. Why would they charge?
And so it's like okay, I have a Jackery, but like what now I should use my Jackery for cocktail for my lights so that the venue doesn't have to pay for it. I don't know. It's just a weird but hey, maybe that's what I'll do is I'll say I'll use my Jackery for one speaker on the ceremony,
Hmm.
and then I'll use my Jackery for the cocktail hour, and then I'll let me go here real quick. What I'll do is I'll instead of setting up my lights over here and spending two outlets, I'll just set up my lights here with my speakers, and then have one speaker and one lighting tree off of one, and one speaker and one lighting tree off the other, and then DJ booth another one.
Yep.
But like, it's like what the I'm saving just to save them. I don't know. Like, it pisses me off a little bit to be honest. Like, just because the venues being so cheap, it's like now okay. They could have had the better lighting experience. I really liked it like when they're over here, right, shining on the dance floor.
Yeah.
But now because the venues being cheap, it's like now next to where they're gonna have like a couch up here or a decor. I mean, my light's gonna be next to them in their pictures now. I don't
See,
know.
I also it also happened to me on my Monday wedding when I put my lights. I wish I would have put the moving heads on the corner,
Opposite side.
on the opposite side, facing the dance floor instead of putting it like this. I don't know. I think it would have been like better, but
Yeah.
you learn. The thing is that I realized that once I was like, damn, I was testing the lines with SunSwitch, and I was like, I should have done it like that, and I mean, we had to run a lot of cable, but I was like, it would have been a nice effect, but at the same time, I was like, all right, there's no time. Let's just whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. But it's like, okay, if they're going to charge for the light, if they're going to charge for it, then okay, then I guess I'll have to set it up here. I don't know. I'll see what I decide to do. But yeah, it's just annoying to me. Okay, let me hit these and then we can wrap it up. Chin Chin says, "Bro, I'm about to be pissed of myself because my face froze." Was it? Is it? Is it? Oh, when I
Oh,
was in Florida. So your
maybe it was
face
really cold.
is it cold in Florida? It was cold when you went, I guess.
It gets cold in Florida.
I thought they had nice weather.
Yeah.
Or maybe Chin's used to Tennessee. Maybe Tennessee is nicer weather than Florida. And then Buddy says it looked good at my last wedding. You guys tell me. I gotta check. Do you have a? Does Buddy have a new gig log recently? Did I miss?
I see his.
I don't know. We gotta see. Maybe
Oh,
we'll
the one, oh, it's buddy. Are you talking about the one with the what's it called? The lights are over the roof that were not yours, but it gave a nice like a nice it projected a nice lighting like it enhanced
Hmm.
your setup. I think that's what if you're talking about that one, yeah, I seen that one.
I haven't seen. I didn't. I just went on your YouTube channel. I don't know. Maybe if there's you got a specific link, we can show that one next time because then we're running out of time here. Chinchon said I almost forgot my mic because one is charging at my house.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, he's talking about the same one. He's talking about
Oh, Instagram. Oh, nice.
that one.
Yeah, that looks nice. So that one, it's on the ceiling. That's interesting.
Yeah, so but those are the venues lights, not
Mm.
parties. But it
Yeah,
is
that's what I'm saying. Maybe that's why I'll just keep it the same. We'll see. I'll decide what to do. But yeah, no, I appreciate knowing getting the insight that everybody except Buddy, but Buddy has had that experience at a venue.
yeah, no idea.
Um,
So that's
all
good.
right, but yeah, hey, we're gonna wrap it up for this one.
All right,
Thanks everybody. Chin, Smiley, Buddy, thanks for stopping by. Always so much fun talking, and especially running things by, because this is the second time now I've brought up a layout and gotten your guys' feedback on it. So it's helpful to get that like live feedback from you guys on here as well. So I appreciate you guys for all that.
yeah, most definitely. Thank you guys. Appreciate you for your time, for watching, and the love, the support. We'll see you on the next. Oh, we're gonna be off next week. You the next 2 weeks.
No, I mean I'm off on the 23rd, but
20.
next if you're here next week, we're good next week.
Okay, so we're good for
2
next
weeks.
week then.
You're good for next week. The week after there'll be a break, but
Okay, yeah.
next week we're good.
All right, so we'll see you on the next episode of Start to Spin. You already know how we do it. We'll see you on the next one. All right, peace
All
out.
right, peace.
Stay blessed.